Now she's thinking that could it be possible or can it be possible that he is talking about my brother and that my brother is alive? Hello and welcome back to NibblePop. We are doing a thorough textual reading and analysis of William Shakespeare's comedy Twelfth Night. We have already completed a lot of scenes. I hope you have already watched them. If you haven't done so, I would advise you to go and watch them. I had also started with a plot synopsis of this play, which I'm sure many of you have already seen. Today in this video, we're going to look at the fourth scene of Act 3. It's going to be a hilarious scene full of action and dialogue and comic episodes where we will see what happens to Malvolio as he approaches Olivia in his yellow stockings. So don't skip anything from this scene, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you must definitely do so to stay updated with our uploads. This is Monami Mukherjee. Welcome once again. Scene 4 is set in the house of Olivia. Olivia and Maria, they come on stage, and we know what's going on right now in the mind of Olivia. She is, well, desperately in love with Cesario by now. She wants to see him. She is in a sad mood. She is very disturbed. So this is the emotional condition of Olivia when this scene begins. Olivia speaks in an aside. Aside means where whatever she is speaking, no one else on stage can hear. Only the audience can hear her. This is something she is speaking to herself. I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? So she is having these daydreams that Cesario will come. She will offer him a grand banquet. Okay, so these are very typical fancies which people have when they fall in love. What bestow of him? What should I give him? What should I put on him? For youth is bought more of than begged or borrowed. Now, she is making a very weird statement here. She is saying that if I beg for Cesario's love, he will not give his love. I should buy his love. I should buy his love by giving him good food, by giving him good gifts. That is not a healthy way to think about a relationship, but this is Olivia. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil. Now Olivia wants to speak to Malvolio. She wants Malvolio around because right now she wants somebody who is very serious, who is very sober, and who is going to give her some kind of calmness, some kind of peace. So she is looking for Malvolio. And suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Now she trusts Malvolio. She thinks that Malvolio is a serious person and is a very responsible person. And she is fortunate that she has a servant like Malvolio. Where is Malvolio? He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam. Maria gives a foreknowledge to Olivia that Malvolio is appearing very weird, as if he is possessed, under the control of devil. Why? What's the matter? Does he rave? Rave is when somebody talks incoherently without any sense, without making any sense. So she is saying that, is he talking nonsense? Why are you saying that he is possessed? No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Because Malvolio is somebody who never smiles. So if he is smiling all the time, it means he has gone mad or is possessed by something. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you. If he come, please be a little distant from him, because I'm not sure what he's capable of doing. He's not behaving in a normal way. For sure, the man is tainted in his wits. His sense is not working. So Maria is poisoning Olivia against Malvolio, even before Malvolio arrives. Go, call him hither. And then after Maria goes out, Olivia is making a different kind of a statement. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. She thinks Malvolio is a sad man, and if Malvolio has lost his senses, it means he is a sad, lunatic person. And she is in love with Cesario, and love is a happy thing. So her madness is a happy madness. And she thinks that Malvolio's madness and her madness are a little bit different from each other. But we as audience know that Malvolio's madness and Olivia's madness are not really very different, are they? On a different note, we can say that since Malvolio is smiling, his madness is the happy madness, and because she knows that she might not get Cesario, her madness is a sad madness. We don't know whose madness is sad and whose madness is happy, but we surely know that both of these lunacies are related to confusions about love. How now, Malvolio? Sweet lady! Malvolio knows that Olivia wants him to laugh and smile. Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion. I have called upon you for a serious thing. Sad lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering. Now he's talking about his legs being cross-gartered, and because this gartering is done in a crisscross manner, it obstructs his blood flow. Try putting a rubber band around your wrist and you would know what I'm talking about. You can understand the discomfort that Malvolio is feeling, but he cannot do anything but smile because Olivia wants him to smile according to that letter. What of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is, please one and please all. So what? My cross-gartering is troubling me. It is something that someone wants to see, and if I please someone, I can please everyone. Now Olivia, listening to all this, has no clue to what's wrong with Malvolio. Why? How dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee? Not black in mind, though yellow in my legs, it did come to his hands. It means that letter. He is talking about the letter of Olivia. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. Whatever was ordered there, it will be done. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand. Roman means in italics. So he is talking about the beautiful handwriting of Olivia. Olivia is really concerned. She thinks that Malvolio needs some rest and he should really sleep on it. And she says, "Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?" She means that he should go to bed and sleep. Malvolio thinks she is inviting him to share her bed. To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee. God comfort thee! Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft? So Malvolio, while talking, he was going on kissing his hand. Okay, this was very obscene. Olivia cannot make any sense of it. Maria, she is also asking, "How do you, Malvolio?" Malvolio answers in a very peculiar way. "At your request? Yes, nightingales answer doors." Now the first line is probably addressed to Olivia, that I'm answering her at your request, but I'm a nightingale, she's a dog, I shouldn't even talk to her. So he has this arrogant sense already built up and he doesn't want to entertain any questions from Maria. Okay, so he says that I'm not going to answer you anything at all. "Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?" Now Maria is provoking him further and saying, "Why are you behaving with this kind of attitude?" Be not afraid of greatness. Now he's quoting from that letter. It was well writ. What meanest thou by that, Malvolio? Olivia is totally confused. Some are born great. Huh? Some achieve greatness. What sayest thou? And some have greatness thrust upon them. Heaven, restore thee. Olivia is convinced that Malvolio has gone completely mad. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings? Now, Malvolio is quoting from that letter. But when he's talking to Olivia, Olivia feels that he is talking directly to her. And look at the way he is behaving. If you were in Olivia's position, what would you make of it? Thy yellow stockings? And wish to see thee cross-gartered? Cross-gartered? Go to. Thou art made if thou desirest to be so. Now, Olivia is totally taken aback by whatever Malvolio is throwing at her. She thinks that he is saying that she is maid. So it can mean that she feels that he is calling her a maid, M-A-I-D, because when it's pronounced on stage, we don't see the spelling, right? In books, it's written M-A-D-E. Maid what? Am I maid? Am I maid what? If not, let me see thee a servant still. Now Olivia is thinking, why is my servant calling me a servant? Why, this is very midsummer madness. This fellow has gone completely mad. Now a servant comes and he comes with a very important news. Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure. So he wants to meet you. That is, Cesario has arrived. And the moment this news reaches Olivia, she loses every interest in Malvolio. This was like a distraction for her. She says that, okay, I'm going to leave now. I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. So she wants to make sure that Malvolio is taken care of, given proper rest, proper attention, because Malvolio had been a good servant to her. She doesn't want him to be ill-treated. So what she decides for Malvolio is not going to be very good for Malvolio, of course. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Let Malvolio be attended to. Where is my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry. So I don't want any harm to come to him because he's a very good servant, loyal servant. So please, call Toby, call other people. Please attend to him. Now, Olivia knows that there is a problem between Toby and Malvolio. Why she should assign Toby to take care of Malvolio, I don't understand. But, well, right now, at this moment, we can't expect her to behave in a very logical way too, because she is dying to go and meet Cesario. So, she just wants to get rid of the situation. Tries to pass the whole responsibility to Maria and Toby. They would take care of Malvolio because now she has more important things to attend to. She leaves. Maria leaves in a different way. And then, Malvolio's reaction. In the letter it was written that be cross with a kinsman. Okay, so you don't have to be afraid. You can be arrogant towards my cousin, towards my relatives. Oh ho, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. Oh, she is giving the responsibility of looking after me to Toby. This concords directly with the letter. Now I understand. This is a hint. She sends him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him. She is providing me with an opportunity where I will behave in a bad way with Toby because she wants me to do that. Okay, so this is what a fool does. He completely manages to convince himself that everything is going according to the plan of reaching Olivia. He thinks that Toby is going to come now because Olivia wants him to talk in a rude way to Toby. For she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slough. Again he's quoting from the letter. Says she, be opposite with the kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity. He has memorized the letter. He has read it so many times. And consequently sets down the manner how. She has also written down how I'm going to behave in a way that I should be behaving now. As a sad face, a reverent carriage, a slow tongue in the habit of some sort of note, and so forth. So, I'm going to be very committed to this appearance of a serious count. I'm going to be perfect so that she will have me. And then he says something very interesting. Very interesting because this will somehow justify everything that happens to him. This will somehow redeem Sir Toby. Somehow this will help us judge Sir Toby with little less criticism. Look at what Malvolio is saying. I have limed her. Limed is when you put a trap for a bird. He's talking about trapping Olivia. Olivia also wants to trap Cesario. Orsina wants to trap Olivia. Everybody wants to trap everybody and they think they are in love. But it is Jove's doing and Jove make me thankful. Why is a Puritan person talking about Jove all the time? Who is Jove? Jove is a Greek god. If he is really a Puritan, a proper Christian, he should be talking about Christ. But he's talking about Jove. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow. She said fellow. Not Malvolio. Not after my degree, but fellow. So she is not using the word butler. She is not using the word servant. She is not using my name. She is saying fellow. Why? Everything adheres together. He manages to fool himself again and again, convince himself again and again that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance, what can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Nothing can stop me now from being Count Malvolio. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked. He is not able to understand the reaction of Olivia at all. He thinks that Olivia wants him as her husband. Toby, Fabian, Maria enter. Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him. So Toby comes with an attitude that Malvolio is possessed by the devil and he is going to talk to him. Here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man? Now the way they are behaving with him is the way people behave with people who are mad or who appear as if possessed by demon. From a distance, how are you? How are you? Just like that. Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off. Let me be alone. Just leave. He's trying to be cross with Toby. Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. So they are trying to establish that Malvolio is possessed by Satan, by devil. And the devil is talking from inside him because Malvolio is not like this. So definitely there is a devil inside him and the devil says, leave me alone. Okay. So whatever Malvolio will say, they will dismiss it as something that the devil is speaking. Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Fiend means devil. Did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him. So please take care of him. Aha, does she so? Go to. Peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is it with you? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider, he is an enemy to mankind. Why are you letting the devil control you? He is an enemy to mankind. Do you know what you say? Malvolio continues with his arrogance. Oh, why are you speaking like this to me? La, you. And you speak ill of the devil? How he takes it at heart. So Maria is saying that, see, just now you said devil is an enemy to mankind, and he is saying that, what are you saying? That means he is opposing you. That means he is supporting the devil. How he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched. Carry his water to the wise woman. Now this was a common practice, that if people thought somebody was possessed by a devil or somebody was sick in an inexplicable way, then their urine sample was collected and taken, no, not to the laboratories, but to the wise women. Some people call them witches. And these wise women, they tried to figure out what was wrong with this person by examining the urine. So Fabian wants Malvolio's urine to be tested by a wise woman, because they want to brand him officially as a person possessed by the devil. Okay? Mary, and it shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than, I'll say, my lady really wants Malvolio to get well. So I will take his water to the wise woman in the morning. How now, mistress? So Malvolio is irritated. Oh Lord, prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. So Toby is play acting as if he is trying to control the devil inside Malvolio. And we know how much they are enjoying this. This is not the way. Do you not see? You move him. Whatever you are saying, he is reacting. Don't do this. Let me alone with him. No way, but gentleness, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used. Yes, he is possessed by a rough devil, so we have to be gentle with him. Why? How now, my Bocock? Bocock is like fellow. Okay, my fellow. He's talking in a very soft way. How dost thou chuck? Sir, I bid thee come with me. What, man? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. 'Tis not a proper thing to be so close to Satan. Why are you letting Satan control you? Hang him, foul collier. Get him to say his prayers. Good Sir Toby, get him to pray. So if he prays, the devil will go away. My prayers? Minx is like an impudent woman. It's a bad word for a woman. So Malvolio is being rough towards them because he thinks Olivia wants him to be like this. Maria says that, see, I'm talking about praying and he is reacting in a bad way. He doesn't want to pray. No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness. Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. I am not of your category. You are stupid people, idle people. Just go away. You shall know more hereafter. I'll tell you later. You will get to know later whatever will happen. After this, Malvolio goes away. And Toby is so excited by this whole thing. He can't even believe that. Is it even possible? If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction. So Fabian says that whatever has happened, this appears to be so impossible that if it were to be acted on a stage, nobody would believe it. Now, well, it is acted on stage. So it's kind of funny because Fabian in a way wants us to believe that this is really possible. His very genius hath taken the infection of the device. Man is totally sick now. Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint. So Maria wants to grab the opportunity that this is the moment when we should stretch him further. We should explore more ways to make use of this situation and have fun. Why, we shall make him mad indeed. The house will be the quieter. Maria doesn't like Malvolio. She wants to get rid of him, it seems. Come, we'll have him in a dark room. So this is not the end of Malvolio's worries. This is the beginning. Now the plan will turn more sinister. Now they are going to stretch the thing further. They are going to lock Malvolio up in a dark room. And let's see what other plans Toby has. Come. We'll have him in a dark room and bound. We will tie him up. My niece is already in the belief that he is mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure. We will continue to say that yes, Malvolio is mad. And his penance, till our pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. We will do this and continue doing this till we get bored of it. At which time we will bring the device to the bar. Then we will open the secret and crown thee for a finder of madmen. And then we will tell that Maria has given birth to a madman, as if. Let's see. Now Andrew comes, another madman. More matter for a May morning. So another thing comes here. So one episode of fun is over for them. Another episode is beginning for them. This episode will involve Andrew and his challenge to Cesario. Let's see. He brings them a letter. Here is the challenge. Read it. I warrant there is vinegar and pepper in it. Which means it has a lot of spice in it. It has a lot of angry words in it. Is it so saucy? Aye, is it? I warrant him. Do but read. Then Toby takes it, starts reading. Youth, whatsoever thou art. Again, that thou is used. Thou is for showing a kind of disrespect in this case. Thou art but a scurvy fellow. So it begins with a lot of insult. Good and valiant. Fabian appreciates. Wonder not. So this letter which Andrew has written is for Cesario. That Cesario is a scurvy fellow, it's a bad fellow and irritating. Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so. So don't have any doubts in your mind why I am calling you a scurvy fellow. For I will show thee no reason for it, because I will tell you no reason. Andrew says that you are a scurvy fellow. If you want to ask me why I am calling you a scurvy fellow, I will not give you any reason. A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law. Legally, then you have said that you are not going to justify. Very good. Thou camest to the lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. So she is showing affection towards you. But thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for. You are a liar. But I am not challenging you for that. So he is not yet clear why this letter is written. First, he will not tell Cesario why Cesario is a scurvy fellow. Then he is saying that he is not going to fight Cesario because Olivia likes him. Very brief. Fabian is saying, okay, very nice. And to exceeding good sense, less. So he is trying to say senseless, but he doesn't want Andrew to know it. I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me, I will be waiting when you are going home, and then you will have your chance to kill me. Good. Fabian is excited now. Thou killest me like a rogue and a villain. And then he says, fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. Which means that, see, while you're coming back home, I'm going to wait for you. That will be your chance to kill me, because otherwise I'm going to kill you and God will have mercy on any one of our souls. The other soul is going to survive and one has to die. This is what is the open challenge. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. And so, look to thyself. I don't think you will be able to kill me. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew, wag your cheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. Wow, what a letter. He's definitely going to be excited and he would be ready to fight you. I'll give it to him. So Toby says that I will give this challenge to that man. Maria points out, you may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady. Commerce means in conversation, in exchange of something. So you can give that letter to Cesario right now, because he is right now with my lady, and will by and by depart. He is just about to leave, so you can go and hand the letter over to him. Go, Sir Andrew, scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum-bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. So you just go with me, wait for him in the orchard. As soon as you see him, draw out your sword, be ready to fight. Swear horrible, for it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent, sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. So it's usually seen that instead of offering any proof that you are very brave and courageous and powerful, if you simply swear and swing your sword about, then it will be proved that you are a very powerful enemy. Okay, so he is boosting Sir Andrew off to give off a kind of attitude that he is ready to fight. Nay, let me alone for swearing. So he is charged up. Now, will I not deliver his letter? Now Toby is talking about his options. He has this letter, what he's going to do with it. For the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. He is thinking about Cesario, that Cesario looks like a decent person. His employment between his lord and my niece, whatever job he is involved in between Orsino and Olivia, his work is to act as a messenger. He is coming to give the message of Orsino to Olivia. So his employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less, which shows that he is a decent fellow. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. So I can easily understand that this letter will have no effect on that messenger, because he appears to be a very intelligent person, decent person. So of course this letter will not produce any remarkable fear in him. He can easily understand it's written by a fool. He will find it comes from a clotpole. He will understand that it comes from a blockhead, from a very stupid person. But sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth. So he thinks that if he delivers this letter, the proper effect will not be achieved, because this letter is so stupid. He will rather pass on the message by word of mouth. Set upon Aguchi a notable report of valor. I will talk about Aguchi to Cesario as if Aguchi was a real brave man, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. I will convince Cesario that Andrew Aguchi is dangerous. Don't ever fight him. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices, like serpents. So they will kill another person simply by looking at the person. So Toby doesn't want real fights. He wants fun. He wants to convince people in wrong ways. And during this time, Olivia and Viola, they enter. Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him. They leave. Toby, Fabian, Maria, all of them leave. I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge. So Toby leaves, thinking about what he can tell Cesario, so that Cesario will be very, very fearful, afraid of Andrew. Now they have left. Olivia at this moment is speaking to Viola. I have said too much unto a heart of stone. She thinks that Cesario has a heart of stone. She has spoken so much, shown so much of herself. Still, she hasn't received any ounce of love from Cesario. So he is very, very hard-hearted. And laid mine honor too unchary out. I have carelessly put my honor out. There is something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it but mocks reproof. So she cannot make peace with herself. One part of her thinks that she is right, one part of her cannot approve of what she is doing, and she is in a total mess. Viola is taking the same line of argument and saying, with the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs. So whatever you are going through, Orsino is going through the same thing. So please think about him. Here, wear this jewel for me. It's my picture. So she must have given a locket and a necklace to Cesario, which has a picture of Olivia. It is my picture. Refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you. Now, this is only a picture which you will have. This picture will not speak to you. It won't disturb you like I am disturbing you. So she is being very sentimental here. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. Please come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honor saved me upon asking give. So please, I am ready to give you everything. Why are you not accepting me? Nothing but this, your true love for my master. I am only asking for your love for Orsino. So give that. How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you? I have already given my heart to you. How can I give my heart to Orsino? I will acquit you. I will give your heart back, give it to Orsino. Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell. So even if I had to go to hell, if you were the devil, if the devil looks like you, I wouldn't mind going to hell. She's again like possessed in a way. She leaves. Viola is still standing on stage, dressed as Cesario. Toby, Fabian come back. Gentleman, God save thee, and you, sir. That defiance thou hast, betake thee to it. So get ready to defend yourself. He has planned to talk about Andrew now. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done him, I know not. I don't know what you have done to Andrew, but thy interceptor, thy opponent, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Your opponent is waiting for you at the end of the garden. I don't know what you have done to enrage him so much. Dismount thy tuck, so draw your sword. Be ere in thy preparation, be quick. For thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly. He's talking about Andrew. You mistake, sir. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel to me. Viola is confused. Why should a man want to kill her? My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man. I don't remember having hurt anybody. Why should anybody want to hurt me? You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal. So your opponent has everything that he needs to kill you. I pray you, sir. What is he? Now, Viola is really scared. Dressing up as a man is one thing. Showing attitude to a woman being a man is one thing. But actually fighting a man of this great merit with open sword, that is not something that she had signed off for. He is knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier, and on carpet consideration, but he's a devil in private brawl. He's a knight, very decent guy, but in a private brawl, he's a devil. Souls and bodies hath he divorced three. What a beautiful way of talking about murder. Souls and bodies has he divorced, which means he has made three people lose their souls. He has murdered three people. All lies. Andrew has never heard of lie, probably. Souls and bodies hath he divorced three, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable. He is so angry right now that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Unless and until he kills and buries you, he will not be satisfied. He is so angry. Hobnob is his word. His word is have or have not. Hobnob. Give it or take it. I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. She is not ready for this. She will go back to Olivia's house, seek her support, protection. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk. It is a peculiar man. Maybe somebody has hired him. Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. It is not hired by somebody. He is personally hurt by you. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Whatever he wants, give it to him, and he wants to kill you. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, so he is warning him, threatening him that you have no option of going back into the house, because I will not let you do that. Therefore, on or strip your sword stark naked, bring out your sword, for meddle you must, fight you must. That's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you. So you cannot wear a sword if you don't fight him now. This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the knight what my offence to him is. So at least tell me, go and ask him what my offence is. Why is he angry? It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose. I must have done something to him, yes, but I didn't do it on purpose. Maybe I was negligent. Please let me know. I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return. So he keeps Fabian with Viola so that Viola cannot escape. Viola wants to get some information from Fabian to be more equipped. Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter? Do you know what's wrong with this whole thing? I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbiterment, that is a duel fight, but nothing of the circumstance more. See, I don't know what is the real problem here, but I know that this knight is very angry with you. I beseech you, what manner of man is he? So she wants to get more information. Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form. So, well, you cannot always judge him by the looks of him, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. So you cannot judge him by his appearance. He is trying to convince Cesario that don't go by appearances. He might not look dangerous, but he is very dangerous. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can. So he is now trying to play a game here. I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I am a person who is more comfortable speaking to priests than speaking to knights. I care not who knows so much of my mettle. So I don't care who knows how brave I am, who thinks I am not a brave person. I right now want to escape this whole thing. And they exit. And right at this point, we have Toby and Andrew. So Toby had gone to bring Andrew. So now they are talking to each other. Why, man? He's a very devil. Now Toby comes to Andrew and gives a false account of Cesario. Okay, he says that he's a very devilish person. I have not seen such a virago, such a violent fellow. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a mortal motion. It is inevitable. So he is painting a picture in front of Andrew's eyes that this Cesario guy is a very deadly person, is very good in his fighting skills. And on the answer to your letter, he pays you as surely as your feet hits the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie, Shah of Persia. So he is saying that Cesario was the bodyguard of this Shah. So he is a very excellent fighter. Pox on it. I'll not meddle with him. I'll not fight with him. Andrew, well, he is not a fighter at all. He was only trying to provoke the other guy. But now that this other guy looks so dangerous, according to Toby, he doesn't want to fight anymore. Aye, but he will not now be pacified. But if you don't fight, he will not be satisfied. Fabian can scarce hold him under. When I came here, Fabian was somehow trying to hold him back. He was ready to pounce on you. Plague on it. And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence. I'd have seen him damn dare. I'd have challenged him. He is now regretting. He didn't know this would happen. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capilet. I will pay a penalty. I will give him my horse if he accepts the fact that we shouldn't be fighting. I'll make the motion. Okay. I'll appeal to him. Stand here. Make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. We will see that you don't murder each other. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. He means that he's going to make a fool of Andrew anytime he wants. So if you think about the stage at this moment, it's like kind of divided into two ways. On one part of the stage, we have Fabian and Cesario standing. On the other part, we have Toby talking to Andrew. Because if they exit and the other two people enter, it looks weird. So probably this whole garden is on stage, and on one side Toby and Andrew are speaking, and on the other side we have Fabian and Viola. So on the side of Viola we have this conversation. Toby, still talking, speaks to Fabian now. Toby has gone away from Andrew, walked away from Andrew now. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. So he has committed to give his horse in exchange of peace. I have persuaded him the youth is a devil. I have convinced Andrew that Cesario is a very devilish person. Fabian says that we have also convinced Cesario that Andrew is a devilish person. He is as horribly conceited of him and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels. So both of them are so scared right now. Toby speaks directly to Viola. There is no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. He has taken oath, so he will fight with you. You cannot stop that. Mary, he had better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Now, he thinks that this whole quarrel which he has with you, well, it's not a big deal, but therefore draw forth the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you. Okay, he says that he will have to fight you because, he has taken an oath. So just to keep his word, you should fight him. He will not kill you. God, defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man. Now she's scared. Not just because she's going to get hurt, but maybe in this whole squaffle, her identity might be revealed, which is scary for her right now. Give ground if you see him furious. Fabian is trying to give some tips to Andrew now, that if you think that the person is furious, give some ground. Come, sir. Andrew, there is no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. Toby comes to Andrew and says that just one bout. Go and have one bout. You don't have to kill each other. You have challenged him. He has accepted. This is the rule of the game. You have to fight. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duello avoid it. By the laws of duelling, he will have to fight. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. So what they want is a fight, a funny scene, but they do not want anybody to hurt each other. Okay. Come on, do it. God, he keep his oath. So Andrew praying to God, let his opponent not hurt him. Cesario praying to God, let her opponent not hurt her. Both of them scared of each other. Both of them convinced that the other person is a devil. Now, who enters? Antonio. This is how the previous scene becomes relevant. Okay, Antonio comes. Antonio looks at the whole scene and he sees what? 4 people. 2 of them drawing sword and one of them is his friend. Why? Because Viola, when dressed as a man, looks exactly like Sebastian. So while Viola has drawn out her sword, I do assure you it's against my will Sir Andrew and Viola draw. Antonio wants to defend his friend because he doesn't know anything about anything. Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you. Now we know how Antonio is, how he feels towards Sebastian. He says, whatever my friend has done, I'm taking responsibility. I am his proxy. You fight with me. Toby is now totally confused. Who are you? One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will. Antonio talks about his love for this person. He thinks it's Sebastian. This is basically Cesario. Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you. So Toby says that, okay, if you represent Cesario, I represent Andrew, and he draws sword. Now officers come in. There was this chaos and law enforcement officers, they came to know about things happening here and they come. Oh, good, said Toby, hold, here come the officers. Toby speaks to Antonio that I'll see you later. I'll be with you anon. Viola requests Andrew, pray sir, put your sword up if you please. So they don't want to fight right now. Mary, will I, sir? And for that I promised you, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well. While this is happening, the first officer approaches the place. This is the man. Do thy office. They have come to arrest Antonio. All right. And they identify Antonio and they arrest him. Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino. You do mistake me, sir. Antonio wants to deny that he is Antonio. He refuses to accept his identity. No, sir, no jot. I know your favour well. I know your face. Though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well. I must obey. Now Antonio's next action is to somehow manage to get some funds so that he can manage to escape. Where does he think his money is? With Sebastian. Who does he think Sebastian is? Cesario. So he says, "This comes with seeking you. I have come to this situation because I was looking for you. But there is no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do? Now my necessity makes me ask you for my purse. See, now I have to get my money back. It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. I'm sorry, I should have been of more use to you, but I need my money now." Viola is so surprised. Money? What is he talking about? You stand amazed, you're surprised, but be of comfort. The officers are trying to pull Antonio away. "I must entreat of you some of that money." "What money, sir?" "For the fair kindness you have showed me here." Now, Viola feels that maybe this man came and tried to fight on my behalf. That's why he's asking for some money. So she says that, "For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, I see that you are in trouble now. Out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. I'll just give you some money, fine. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Whatever I have at present, I'll just give some of it to you. Hold, here is half my coffer. So here is half my coins." And she's offering some little money. "Will you deny me now?" Antonio is so shocked. He is thinking that just moments ago, I left my purse with this guy. I'm asking for my money and he's just giving me some coins. Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? I will have to persuade you, convince you. Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man. I might turn mad by what you're saying, as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you. That I'll have to tell you what I've done for you? Don't take me there. I know of none. Kindness? What kindness have you done? Nor know I you by voice or any feature. I don't even know you. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness. I hate people when they are ungrateful. I am never ungrateful. Or any taint of vices whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood. I hate people when they are ungrateful more than anything else. Who invents themselves? Antonio cannot believe this. Officers won't stand any longer there. Come, sir, I pray you go. Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death. He's now trying to tell others that this man is somebody I saved from death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion. I offered him love, I offered him devotion. What's that to us? The time goes by, away. Officers are least interested in what relationship these two men have. But oh, how vile an idol proves this God. I thought he was a god, and he is such a villain. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there is no blemish but the mind. The only defect that is possible in this nature is human mind. You are so defective because your mind is corrupt. None can be called deformed but the unkind. I can forgive everything but unkindness, and you are unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks overflourished by the devil. So he bursts out. He's so miserable and angry. The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, sir. The officers take him away. Lead me on. After the exit of Antonio, Viola is thinking. Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. The way he was talking, I don't think he's making things up. I think he believes what he's saying. So do not I prove true imagination? Now she is thinking that could it be possible, or can it be possible, that he is talking about my brother and that my brother is alive? Prove true imagination, oh, prove true. That I, dear brother, be now taken for you, that he is thinking that I am you. Toby, he wants to get back to business. Come hither, knight, come hither, Fabian, we'll whisper over a couplet or two of most sage saws. Viola is continuing with her thoughts. He named Sebastian, I my brother know, yet living in my glass. So I almost look like my brother. He used the word Sebastian to refer to that person. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. He also has this kind of sense of dress which I have, because I am imitating my brother. So can it be that he is confusing me with him? Oh, if it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fish in love, and then I don't blame storms anymore, because storms are not that bad, because I will find my brother alive. She leaves. A very dishonest poultry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity. Now Toby has seen everything. He thinks that this Cesario is not a good man, because that guy was arrested, he was asking for his money and he did not give the money to him. So definitely Cesario is a bad person. And for his cowardship, ask Fabian. A coward, most devout coward, religious, very coward person. Fabian knows that Viola was scared, or Cesario was scared, so he's a very, very coward. Slade, I'll after him again and beat him. Duke cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword. And they are provoking Andrew that he's a coward guy. Go and hit him. He's a bad man. He's denying his friend the money his friend owes. Come, let's see the event. So Fabian, Toby, they want to go and watch Andrew beat Cesario now. I dare lay any money, it will be nothing yet. So they all leave. It was a huge, huge scene, because this is the climactic scene of Act 3, and you can say the central point of the play. So we have reached to a position where Viola has started to have hopes of reunion with her brother. At the same time, she is in grave danger, because Andrew is going to chase her down and hit her hard as he can. Well, we will start with the fourth act very soon in our next video. Thank you for being with me on this long video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have any confusion regarding any of the parts in this scene is broken up into so many parts, so many semi-scenes or sub-parts, that it can be confusing. But with 12th night, you don't have any regular breakup of scenes based on the duration. Okay, so one scene can be extremely long, another scene can be just a couple of pages. So till our next video, this is Monami Mukherjee signing off. Don't forget to subscribe in the meantime if you haven't subscribed yet. Stay happy, stay safe, best of luck if you have exams coming up. Bye bye.